Hi, I'm professional shooting coach Colin Castello with ShotMechanics Basketball, and today we're going to teach Deandre Jordan how to hit more free throws. All right, so Deandre Jordan is an absolute beast, right? He's that kind of rim runner, screener, dunker, gets it done in the paint, right? But the one knock that's been on his game is the free throw shooting. Now, I'm sure we've all heard about it, right? The kind of hack-a-Shaq, hack-a-Deandre that's been in effect the last couple years. But what's interesting is there's a couple of very easy tweaks that we can make to Deandre's free throw shooting routine and form that's gonna help him hit more free throws immediately. Now, the reason why I wanna do this video is so I can help you hit more free throws as well, because some of these things that he's doing are the exact same things that I see with athletes all over the world. So think about these tips and see if you can add them to your free throw routine to make you lights out at the line. Now, before we jump into it, don't forget, click the link in the description, get a free copy of my 7-day shooting challenge. This is a challenge that's gonna increase your shooting percentage in just 1 week, and it's gonna change the way that you kind of think about your training. It's super awesome. We got thousands of players running through it right now. So click the link below to join it for free today. All right, so as we move to the free throw line, right, the very first thing that we notice on Deandre's free throw is that he brings the ball too far away from his body, right? So as he's lining up, I'm gonna demonstrate everything right-handed, even though he's a lefty. As he's lining up, he starts the ball way high out in front, and if you notice, his arm is almost locked out and straight, his shooting arm, right? It's kind of right here, so he starts it way out in front like this, and we can see he's got a lot of space between the ball and his body. Now, a little bit of space between the ball and the body is good, but if you get too much, you're not getting those action levers to fire as you're getting ready to shoot. And this is kind of where the bulk of his problem starts, right? So he starts with it way far out like this, got it away from his body, and then he starts to bring it up, right? So to optimize your free throw, what you want to do is you want to load the ball a little lower, right? We don't want it up here by our chest. We're going to load it a little lower. That way we get more smoothness and upward momentum through our shot. And we're going to tap our hip to this, or we're going to tap our elbow to the side of our hip. So instead of having it out here where we've got this big space, I'm going to come back and I'm just going to start with my elbow resting on my hip right here. Now, the reason why we're doing this is it's going to give us a perfect shot line, right? It's going to put the ball right out in front, and then it's going to give me low enough momentum as I have all three joints loaded so I can spring and do a smooth free throw all in one motion, right? Where we get in trouble is if we're doing one motion and then two motion, because a segmented free throw isn't smooth, it's not replicable, and it's really hard to do when you're tired after running back and down the court, right? So very first thing for Deandre, instead of loading it high and out away from the body, we're going to rest our shooting elbow on our hip just like this, and then smooth joints and ball move all at the same time. So the next thing you notice about Deandre is his feet. Normally he's really squared to the basket when he's getting ready to shoot his free throw. Now this has changed over the years. I can tell he's experimented with some different stuff, but it looks like he's back to being pretty square, meaning that he's got almost 10 toes facing the rim, right? Now the issue with this is as he brings the ball up and he's getting ready to shoot, I can tell he's got a ton of tension in his upper body and his shoulder, and it causes some other issues. Right? Shooting and free throw shooting is just a massive chain reaction. If you change one thing like the feet, it can go all the way through your body and change what's happening as you come out with your release. So with Deandre, as he brings it up, right, he brings it away from his body and he brings it high right here. And right now just holding the ball, I can feel a ton of tension right here in my shoulder. So instead, if he could tilt his feet just a little bit and line his dominant foot just off the center line, so if I've got a center line to the basket right here, if he could line his foot just off to the side by about an inch, that would make it perfect for the ball to come up that shot line, smooth straight, and it'd be nice and smooth. Now I can already tell just by shifting my feet slightly, right? I've got a lot less tension in the shoulder. It allows my elbow to be straight, and I'm gonna get more power into it, right? You can see that Deandre misses a lot of free throws short off the front iron, and this is a big reason why, because as he comes up, he gets this tension in his shoulders, and he has to use all arms and wrists to get it there, right? So try tilting your feet. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different, right? I see some great shooters that are a big tilt like this. I see some great shooters that are a little bit of a less tilt, more like this, right? It's all about finding what works best for you personally. The next thing we notice is that he starts his motion too high. Now, this is something that a lot of athletes do wrong all over the planet on their free throw routine. Meaning that when they're getting ready to get their free throws going, they do their routine, whatever it is, and then they set the ball on the shelf, what I call it, somewhere up here by their shoulders or by their chest. For Deandre, he holds it out away from his body like we talked about earlier, but still, look how high it is off the ground. Now, the issue with this is we lose a lot of upper momentum, fluidity, and smoothness into our shot, right? I like to think about it a lot like an uppercut punch. If you're gonna try to uppercut punch somebody, if you just start your punch 2 inches away from a chin, it's really hard to get that power up into it, right? But if I can get a full swing through and I can get that power to come through, it's gonna be smoother, it's gonna be faster, and I can generate more power, right? And a lot of players miss their free throw short, so this is gonna help quite a bit. So instead of starting the ball up by our chest or setting it on a platform right here, we're always gonna wanna start it lower. right? There's nobody blocking your shot. You can do whatever you want to in this situation. So one great way to do it is to tap your knee right before you shoot. So you do your routine, whatever it is, and then right as you're getting ready to shoot, you're gonna tap your knee with the ball just once, and then that's gonna launch you into your shot. That's gonna make sure that the ball's loading lower, you're gonna have smoother coming out, and so you're gonna have more power and fluidity in your shot. So once you get used to it, you don't have to tap your knee every time, but that's just a great way to get used to loading your hips at the same time as your tap, and then getting that smooth release all the way through the basket. If you can do that, it's gonna make you have a smoother shot, it's gonna have a more replicable shot, it's gonna be easier when you're tired and in end game situations. All right, if this video helped you out, you're gonna wanna hit that like button and then head to the comment section down below and let me know what sort of video you wanna see next. And if you're new to Shot Mechanics, don't forget you're gonna hit that subscribe button and then also click the link in the description or this button down here to get a free copy of my 7-day shooting challenge. This is 7-day shooting challenge is gonna revolutionize the way you think about your training, and we're gonna help you hit more jump shots in 1 week, I guarantee it. So you're gonna wanna check that out. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with ShotMechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.